CP here. Oh my god, gang suckers suck dick. Now, they got people propped up out here, and they got propped up the second I turned on that fucking multi-tune generator. Okay? They're out there right now. Okay, so what they're doing is they're propping up fucking neighbors and using neighbors. This guy's wearing red, so that's done possibly to try and make me think it's a public employee, because they were using red last time I was fucking here. Okay. So I'm gonna put on my fucking shoes and go out there. So this is a skid dip thing, right? See if they fucking disappear. Yeah, so they're drawing me out there right now. That's a fucking move. Let's see if you hear a gang stalk or anything else. Hey, what you guys doing?
I'm getting ready to pull the cops.
Oh yeah? Alright.
You ready to move on?
Who are you?
Property owners, City of San Diego.
Oh, it's property owners, and who called them?
Well, a concerned citizen that was passing by noticed waste.
Notice what?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter, because if anybody is involved in the gang stalking of a whistleblower, I can record your face and expose it. Is this your property? Is this your property? Is this your property? I'm just asking.
What's your name?
Is this your property?
What's your name?
Yeah, I'm not giving you my name. Give me your name. Is this your property?
In any case...
Is this your property? Answer my question. Are you City of San Diego? Oh, you are? Okay. And who called you? Who called you?
I don't have to respond to any answer.
Oh, okay.
Any
So,
questions,
because I predicted that the City of San Diego would use a property owner in order so they can make it look like they're not illegally tracking me.
Private property or state property.
And then what were you doing on it? What were you doing on it if it's private property?
Somebody reported
If it's private property, then you shouldn't be on it because you're the City of San Diego.
You have a nice day, man.
All right, bye-bye.
This has already been predicted on the internet. I told you they fucking do this shit. Absolutely. So let's see if the cops come out. Because whenever they stage an event in gang stalking, what they gotta do is they gotta make it look like they got a normal apparent reason to know where you're at. Right? So I literally predicted it because that motherfucker came up on this property, or one of them connected to the Environmental Protection Services, came on this property on the 11th. Hold on a second. Now, they came up on the property on the 11th, right? And, alright, hold on one second. So they fucking came up on the property on the 11th of December 2020, and they were acting like they were taking pictures and shit. Alright, hold on a minute. So they were fucking acting like they were taking pictures and shit. Let me go back over here. So let's see if the cops fucking come, okay? Now, hold on one second. What's one of the biggest fucking things that happens in gang stalking? Well, why do you think when you go to Google and you type in at fucking Google gang stalking and property owners, okay? Gang stalking and landlords, look at the connection to that fucking crime, right? Now, they fucking came here within 2 minutes of me re-entering my tent because I went over there to put up my chargers. They fucking came up here within 2 minutes of me re-entering the tent. That way they can say they saw me in the tent. Okay? So, whoever the fuck is conferencing with that fucking city worker is the same motherfuckers who are tracking me down to the fucking foot. Okay? Because when they came on the 11th, they came within not even a minute after I woke up. Okay? Now, when you wake up, you start rustling around and you start making noise. So, you can go to Google. I'm just regurgitating what's on the internet. You can go to Google and type in at Google how gang stalking crimes can hack into your phone and use your phone as a microphone. If you're asleep, you're not making no noise. Once you wake up, okay, you start making noise, well, they can hear it. Absolutely. And plus, there's a bunch of other ways that these 6 fucking filthy whores engage in the techniques that they engage in order to make it appear they have a normal appearing reason to know where you're at, so they can evict you and so they can file falsified police reports about you and everything. And I just got done fucking making a massive fucking video, okay, exposing the gang stalking of me in fucking Tennessee. I just finished that, not even a half hour ago, okay? So after I finished the video, I got up and I moved my shit over there, and then came over in here and sat down, and then they fucking show up. And I literally made statements in my tape recorder saying, I gotta turn on my multi-tone generator app audio file in order to break something up that I'm enduring. And I said, then let's see if they try and claim that they heard me or saw me. And 2 seconds after I turned that fucker on, those bitches turned up. Okay? Now, what does the city and county have to do in order to, if they want to, see, when you become a whistleblower against the city of San Diego or the county or the county of San Diego and the state of California, what these little fucking filthy whores will do is that they'll, and by the way, they've been coming on this fucking property. See, when I went to go, I made some videos dedicated to 2 separate Periscope accounts, okay? And those videos show me state, and my tape recorder also shows me state, that I was going to pick up some empty water bottles on this property before I move. I already got 2 other bags bagged up from property that was left behind by a person back in 2018 and 19, because I've been trying to keep the area somewhat clean. Well, this crime has been putting me through so fucking much. Okay, this crime has been putting me through so much in the past 6 or 7 months. I even had time to pick up all those water bottles I got at a spot that's about 40 feet away. Okay, so I planned on picking those up before I left here, which was going to be within 10 days. Now, when I was at another area, and I was making tweets on Twitter and videos saying I'm getting ready to move from here, let's see if I get arrested or ticketed before I move, and then the very fucking next day after I made a tweet, I got arrested and ticketed by SDPD. Now, in order to make it appear that law enforcement isn't targeting you through the illegal tracking, because this gang stalking's operated by and through the city and county. Okay, now what you got to understand about gang stalking is that when they know they're involved in illegal Class A felony tracking of you, in order to bring about things against you, including staged events between you and public workers, staged events between you and landlords, staged events between you and other people, what they fucking do is that in order to make it appear they got legitimate, normal appearing reasons to approach you when they track you to wooded area after the crime makes you homeless, is that they identify where you're at. Then they use a go-between between the target and the victim. And if they know that that's not a total reasonable, because that public worker is not supposed to be on this fucking property. He's not supposed to be on it. And by the way, there's some fucking bags over there. Okay? How did they fucking get over there? They started appearing about a fucking month ago. And I made statements about it in my fucking tape recorder as I was noticing them. First 1 bag would appear, then 3 bags would appear. And they always appeared after I left and or when I woke up in the morning, them appearing overnight. Right? So, what does the crime of fucking gang stalking do? These sick bitch demonic whores, they fucking know. They fucking know that I got property hidden on this property because they've come on the property and have put physical calling cards right on top of and directly in front of where they're hidden at. So they know I can't fucking leave and get all this property off this property at once. So with all that, those water bottles over there, with all those fucking water bottles over there, that gives them excuse then to come on the property and say, well, we better do a cleanup because look at all the shit she left behind. And then as a result, they confiscate the hidden property. See, when you're a victim of gang stalking, as long as I have been, I know all their motherfucking techniques. That's why I predict what these fucking filthy whores are going to do before they do it. Like, I just made a video prediction not even an hour ago. In the video I just completed a half hour ago. And before I could put it on Twitter and in my email account, they fucking arrived. Okay? And you can see that video is already in the profile of the account. Now, what did I say? I said that let's see if the police are called, tickets, arrest, trespass notices, or whatever. I conclude the video. I then get up and take the shit over there. I even made statements to my tape recorder. I got to put this video on Twitter that I just made and then send it to my email account. I take my chargers over there, plug them in, and then come back over here, and then I'm going to put that video on Twitter and then send it from Twitter to my email account. And then I'm going to get my computers out and charge my chargers, and then I'm going to get to doing what I got to do on my bike so I can fix the back bike rack. Because I'm right on the cusp of moving, and I didn't want that back bike rack to cause me any problems as a result of moving. Now, these fucking satanic bitches, they monitor all gang stalking victims' online activity. So they fucking know you're moving. Absolutely they do. You better fucking believe they know you're moving. Right? So what they want to do is they want to get additional... hang on one second. So what these little lying, satanic, filthy whores want to do is they want to get additional police documentation about your homelessness, maybe even use it as a method to arrest and ticket you, okay? Absolutely. Before you move. That way, when you fucking move, if they know that you had any plans on possibly using any other areas on this property after you move, because this is one long property, they come after you on this one before you move. Why? That way, when they come after you and you say, and they tell you, if you're ever caught on this property again, any part of it, you're going to be arrested, ticketed, $5,000, and put in jail. Okay? That way, because they already know your situation. They this crime created it. Okay? How the fuck was I gang stalked from Michigan to Connecticut to fucking San Diego? Okay? Absolutely. Go to YouTube search box and type in M as in Mary, MTS, gang stalk, oh my god, suck my DSCK. Now you're going to see evidence in that fucking playlist showing me being gang stalked to a wooded area dedicated to this fucking property, and the same thing occurring on UCSD property. Okay? Now, do you think maybe my tape recorder might have picked up any type of fucking verbal evidence of anything that they may have said from the second I noticed them by hearing them? Now, do you really honestly fucking think... Let me tell you something about city and county workers and their connection to fucking gang stalking. I got city and public workers caught on audio file saying gang stalk right inside of San Diego City Hall, right inside the San Diego City Council meeting chambers, okay, and at the San Diego libraries, as they're fucking working. So when they came on the 11th, the public workers did, they came under the guise of God only knows what. I don't know what their normal apparent excuse was for being in the area. I do know this, though, that this is supposed to be private property. So why was he then on the fucking property? Okay? So then I made statements in my tape recorder since then. Let's see if they find out who owns the property through the tax ID number, and then call them up and use them as a means to get me out of here. So what would have compelled them to come onto this property to begin with? Now, that happened within days of some asshole pulling up directly parallel to me, except that maybe about 40 feet back at 8:30 at night while it's dark out, and he used, it looked like a big 4x4, right? And he turned on the high beams on his 4x4, and what he did was he used the high beams, his headlights, to shine the light on the bike path. And then he got out a tree trimmer and trimmed down all the branches and everything off the trees, but only from that spot over there, okay, to this spot back here, okay, that where the beginning of this immediate area begins at. Because when I left the fucking next day, There was no branches or leaves or anything on the bike lane, okay, dedicated to the rest of the road that this property is right off of. Okay? None. He only trimmed down the tree limbs that were directly parallel to the length of this immediate area where this property is at. And ever since then, they've been propping up people to go by and say, oh my God, what's that in there? Who's that in there? Okay? In order to make you paranoid about you being caught. Well, I was ignoring that, and then right after I started ignoring that, by using my construction site headphones that I bought to block out other noise harassment, propped up around this property through car convoy noise harassment, connected to gang stalking. Then they brought those two fuckers up on the property, two public workers. Okay, and that happened on the 11th. Now, so we're gonna see if the cops appear today, or if they appear. What they might do, if they don't come today, what they fucking might do is wait until I leave the area tomorrow or the next day, and then come on the property and either take my shit or leave a trespass notice on it. See, because what they're fucking trying to do, what these fucking satanic whores are trying to do is they're trying to make it appear they got a normal appearing reason to call the cops, so that when the fucking cops are called and they come out and either arrest you or ticket you or at least force you off the property, they then ask for your ID in order to make a fucking notation about it. And then they say, if you're ever fucking caught again on any part of this fucking property, you're going to be arrested and fined. Now, the reason why that's done is so that they can bottleneck you out of your available spaces to fucking go to. What do you think they do when they create the homelessness of a gang stalking victim? They're bottlenecking them out of the area. Okay, they're bottlenecking them away into circumstances that they then can control. And they think all they gotta fucking do is prop up this state shit and try and make it appear that it's happening through normal appearing excuses so that they have plausible deniability concerning the tracking. The goal is to achieve the motive. Bottleneck and squeeze you out of normal places that makes it easier for you to survive. Okay, if this happens in this way, including if I get arrested or ticketed, and especially if I'm held in jail for more than 29 days and lose my benefits, that's being predicted right fucking now. If any of my property that's on this property that I gotta leave behind until I fucking come back and get it, if that's confiscated, that's fucking being predicted right now. If I get ticketed or arrested, okay, before this video gets put on Twitter and and sent to my email file, I'm fucking predicting that right now. Because think about it, they just showed up. My tape recorder reflects nobody was in the area when I fucking got up and put those solar panels out. And then came back over here, and then came back up in here, and then they arrived. Okay? Because I was making detailed verbal statements in it. Alright? So, it shows that nobody was in the fucking area. But then as soon as I fucking come back inside the tent, they then starts making themselves known by playing out a street theater to try and make it look like the fucking public workers just explaining to these people what's going on. It's nothing but lying, bull fucking shit. And by the way, why are these white bags appearing over there? Okay? Why is that going on? Okay? Why did they fucking just start appearing out of the fucking blue right there about a month ago? I even make statements in my tape recorder about that. Because whenever anything changes on any property that I utilize, I fucking either make statements about it in my tape recorder, or I make statements about it in video files and audio files. So why the fuck did those things just start appearing out of the blue? Okay, one day it was completely empty, the next day there were 3 of them. Then there were 10 of them. And they were put in a spot to where I can't go into them to get them out. Okay, because they're all entangled within the fucking trees and the branches and shit like that. So why the fuck were they put there? That don't make sense either. Okay? What you gotta understand about gang stalking, the city and county of San Diego has been repeatedly fucking busted. And I'm gonna give you a way to openly showcase to you that they fucking are. Go to YouTube search box and type in at YouTube search box, M as in Mary, MTS, Gang Stalk, oh my god, Suck My DACK. Look at how many videos are in that fucking playlist that show people repeating Gang Stalk, oh my god, and Suck Dick around me. Caught at UCSD, showing it being caught at this wooded area off of fucking Gilman Road. Okay? Openly fucking shows it caught at this fucking area off of Gilman Road, right up the fucking street. Then the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders were caught doing it. That video's in that playlist. In fact, if you want to see that video immediately, just go to YouTube search box and type in at YouTube search box, Learning Disabled Woman exposes San Diego prosecutors and public defenders repeating Gang Stalkers, Suck My Dick, Gang Stalk, oh my god. Now, do you think that this fucking tape recorder has picked up that shit being fucking said around me on any fucking date here? Including possibly today? So what compelled me to notice that they were fucking here? Oh my God was fucking being repeated. And that started being said right when I turned on the multi-tone generator app audio file. Then when I continued to hear him speak, because I thought at first it was just bicycles going by and saying it, like they propped them up too. Oh, absolutely. Okay? So when I kept hearing them talk, that's when I turned off the multi-tone generator app. And when I turned that off, they stopped saying it. But it probably still caught a little bit of it. Okay? Now, that's how gang stalking intentionally anchors in your mind to let you know that it's a staged event. By saying and repeating something they know you've been sensitized to. Okay? Absolutely. Because gang stalking, whenever it does anything towards you and or your fucking property, they want you to know it's done through gang stalking. Okay? Absolutely. And they fucking knew I was ready to move because I was making massive videos about it. I was fucking putting massive tweets on Twitter concerning it. Okay? And you notice how they wouldn't give me their fucking names either? Okay? So, my fellow American citizens, let's just, for all I know, that could have just been a played-out staged event in order to make me paranoid to fucking motivate me to move faster. Whether it is or not, SDPD played a direct fucking role in a staged event towards me when I was out here in San Diego in 2006. The whole entire event that they played out towards me was done through gang stalking applied techniques. That was done to intimidate me to go back to fucking Michigan, and I was immediately human trafficked in Michigan upon arrival. Okay? Upon fucking arrival. It was the goal of the event. And what did they do during that event? If you don't leave right now, we're going to arrest you and ticket you. You can be ticketed up to $5,000. You can be arrested. And then if you're ever caught back in the area again, we can do the same thing to you again. Now, I fled Michigan in 2006 and came to San Diego to escape Michigan's gang stalking, which I got hundreds of email files to fucking prove it. So, what do you think might be done around me if the cops don't come here today? Or if they wait and come in the morning before I leave the area? What do you think might be propped up around me if I still stay in this tent today? You want to know what they'll fucking do? They might not do it since I'm making a video concerning it, but do you know what they've done on prior dates? Okay, they'll go by and say, gang stalk, why don't you call the cops and get her out of here? And then a half hour later, you start hearing car door slam. Like someone's parked in the area and coming. It's done to fucking make you paranoid. That's absolutely. Even John Hall is openly exposed in his YouTube videos online, openly showing him state that these fuckers hang outside apartment, gang stalking victims' apartment doors and windows. I'm gonna let you go, because I got other fucking shit I gotta do today. Okay? So, here's what I'm gonna do. For the rest of the day, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, I already got all this shit consolidated. Okay? And check this out. Tomorrow's Wednesday, then Thursday is Christmas Eve. Okay? So, they made sure they came after me on a fucking weekday. Okay? So, Thursday's Christmas Eve, and Friday is Christmas. So, if I can get out of here before then, and they fucking come on the property and give me a ticket, or come on the property and put a fucking trespass notice up, that would be done so they can fucking say, look, we got this documentation telling you never to be back on this property again. So then that way, that creates paranoia if I find myself in an emergency situation and have to use other areas on this fucking property. Because what's one of the biggest methods of fucking gang stalking? Staging events so that the current event can produce negative effects, and so to produce in real-time fear concerning possible events in the future. Because they already know your fucking situation. They're bottlenecking you out of places you're available to go to. And by the way, what the fuck do you think happened to me on this fucking property when I was on here? Was I hit on a massive scale with directed energy weapons? What evidence was produced on 06/03/2020 that I have showcased in many videos dedicated to this account? Go into the profile of it. When you see that fucking evidence, you're going to openly see me state that evidence came about as a direct result of me being targeted at the very fucking spot I'm sitting at right now. Okay? So, what influenced me to come back here to begin with? Was it anything connected to gang stalking? So they can fucking target the fuck out of you. Then they see you're running from it. So then they target you at the spot you're getting ready to run from. So you'll never be able to fucking use any other spot on the same fucking property. They're trying to... And why would they possibly be doing that? Because do they know then the only other available options are places for you to go to are places they've already arrested you at? That way, when you fucking go there, they can then say, we now got an absolute reason why we're fucking gonna arrest you. Because you were told before. I was tracked to those fucking locations from the wooded area location I'm on at now. Rose Canyon and Marion Bear Park. I had to go to Rose Canyon because they targeted me at Gilman Road after I was putting too much evidence on the internet. Okay? That's a fucking lootly. Okay? Oh, and by the way, I did send a tweet to the San Diego prosecutor's office last week after that event happened on the 11th, showing the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders repeating gang stalker, oh my god, and suck dick. So do you think that's a maybe reason why they followed through on it? Okay, concerning this, I got a fucking snap screenshot of it right now in my fucking gallery on my phone. Okay? Now, when they came after me in Rose Canyon, they came after me in Rose Canyon within 22 hours of me sending a tweet to SDPD Chief Zimmerman. Okay? So, here's another thing. Since they used an asshole connected to the environmental services, and then all these fucking white bags appeared over there, these fucking psycho maggots know I got fucking a good amount of my property hidden on this property. So they can easily say, well, you know, whether they come after me before I leave or not, after I leave, they're going to come on this property and they're going to clean all that shit up. I'll show you it right now. Hold on a second. Or they're going to additionally use that as a normal appearing reason to say, look at all this garbage you fucking left on the property. Somebody's property you're not supposed to be on in the fucking first place. Oh, that's a fucking lootly. There it is right there. It's just a bunch of water bottles, right? So why did the fucker... Let me show you since I'm pointing it to you. I made videos about this already. So when you look over there, when you fucking look over there, and then you bring your finger all the way down to here, okay? Okay? That from over there to right there is where they fucking propped up a guy at 8:30 at night after dark to chop down all the fucking tree limbs and everything. Now, on the day they came over here about, I don't know, 7-8 days later with the public workers, they were standing right there, and I heard them talking within 20 seconds after I woke up. They weren't on the property. I don't think they were on the property when I woke up, but they arrived within 20 seconds of me waking up. Okay? Now, I followed them back out onto the fucking road, and they were parked over there, pointing to something over there. I didn't even bother looking. Okay? So I don't know what the fuck they're up to, but think about this. Why would somebody fucking come on the property and put a bunch of plastic bags and entangle them up within the tree branches? Now, was that done so that on a later date, when they used the asshole to cut everything down, then they could say a neighbor reported the garbage and then contacted the county, and then the county acted on behalf of that fucking complaint. Go to Google and type in stage complaints and gang stalking. Stage complaints, stage instances. So you see those bags over there, whoever the fuck came, I did not put them there. Do you think I'm stupid enough to leave garbage behind on this fucking property? Okay, the only reason why that shit hasn't been taken away is just a couple of chili cans, and every single last bit of that is nothing but some grocery bags, and a couple of Pringles containers, and water bottles. Okay? Because when I'm taking my other garbage with me when I go to leave the area, those big-ass water bottles can't fit in my bag I take with me dedicated to throwing garbage out. Okay? Because I got other bags I had to carry, like my backpack, my carry-all, and then my other bag that's got my solar panels. Right? So I leave the water bottles behind. And then on occasion, I take the water bottles with me and go fill them up with water. Right? So why would a month ago these white bags start fucking appearing in the thick between the branches so I fucking can't get to them? And then not even a week later, this asshole comes out, and he waited until 8:30 at night. Now, the only reason I just didn't take a Periscope video of that event was because that happened on a day where I was so exhausted I literally collapsed inside my tent. Because I did a bunch of massive running around during the day. I went to 5 different businesses. Then I had to go get groceries. Then I had to pack my groceries on my bike. And by the time I got my bike back here, got everything unpacked, put the bike up there, locked it up, then brought the groceries in here and unpacked all them and put them away, I was literally ready to physically collapse. Okay, in fact, I did. I literally, when I laid down, I said, oh my God, I am so fucking tired. And then not even a little bit after that is when the dickhead showed up. But I caught it on my tape recorder. I fucking caught it on my tape recorder. And I just got done making a video earlier saying about how they use fucking property owners. The video I just concluded not even 40 minutes ago openly shows me state that they're fucking using property owners. Because think about this and think about it well. Listen to what I'm saying. One, why would a dickhead fucking come and park and wait until 8:30 at night after it got dark out to prop up the asshole, okay, with the tree trimmer? And he only cut down the trees, the branches of the trees that were dedicated to the area that's directly parallel to me. Because when I woke up the next morning, I went and made a video and showed all the shit on the fucking ground in the bike lane. So it wasn't somebody that was trimming the shit in case something was sticking out into the bike lane and then somebody accidentally getting, forcing, if the tree branches go out into the bike lane, then what that might cause bicyclists to do is to go out into the road to avoid being hit in the face with a tree branch, right? So that's what at first I thought they might be doing. Then I said, no, they can't be doing that, because why would they fucking wait until 8:30 at night? All right, think about what I'm saying. Why would they fucking wait until 8:30 at night to come, after dark, and then have to shine their fucking light onto the bike lane in order to... He cut down every motherfucking branch that had leaves on it, making this area visible, even though... 6 times since I walked back by this area, as I'm leaving it and then coming back to it, I looked up in here. You can see jack shit. You can see a fucking thing. Because the outside of my tent is black. And there's a lot of shade and still a lot of obstructions. And that's the truth. I could fucking go out there right now and put this video camera on the spot and you will not be able to see this shit. Alright? So, when I noticed that when those workers came up in here on the 11th, they pointed to over there. And over there, that's where those bags are at that suddenly appeared out of the fucking blue. Okay, I made statements about them in my tape recorder when I seen them. Alright, hold on a second. Okay? And so, now, threatening to call the fucking police. I just put a fucking tweet on Twitter the other day showing about how I heard some individuals, right after this event occurred on the 11th, and I've been tweeting about it since, I put massive amounts of tweets on Twitter showing about when you go into that playlist I talked to you about earlier, the one that's got MTS Gang Stalk, oh my god, and Suck My DSCK on it, concerning its title. It's got a video in there, okay, showing the text messages that were sent to my older phone that no longer works while I was utilizing Rose Canyon. And one of them, see what happened was on Christmas Day 2014, I was sitting in Rose Canyon. And I was sitting about 80 feet off the trail. Behind bushes and trees, you could not see me or any of my property at all, and I was not making no noise. I was eating lunch. I was actually eating an early lunch because I had a lot of things to do that day. I called it lunch because it was a sandwich, but it was actually breakfast. So, I'm sitting there and I'm eating a late breakfast, and I'm eating a sandwich, and I'm drinking some water, and some individuals went by on the trail in Rose Canyon and said, "Gang Stalk, why don't you call the cops and get her out of here, So I put it on Twitter about what I heard. And so this was about 9 o'clock in the fucking morning, right? So then later on that same day, they sent me a bunch of text messages to my fucking phone saying, we're going to call the police and have you arrested for illegal lodging. Explain that to social services when you get arrested again. Why? Because this fucking crime knows that when you're put in jail for more than 29 days, you can lose your benefits. And by the way, what am I going through right now? I'm literally going through a social services review right now. So if they send me any documentation in the mail saying you didn't send us the right stuff, okay, and I've lost my benefits, if I'm in fucking jail, how am I going to reply to that? So then there you lose your benefits there. If you're in jail for more than 29 days, you automatically lose Social Security. Then they can set you up in fucking jail and stage an event, blame you for it, charge you with a felony, so when you get out, you don't get no benefits back. What is one of the biggest methods of gang stalking? One of the biggest methods of gang stalking is not only just to create the homelessness of you, but to also steer your thinking in a certain direction that induces fear. What did you hear that woman say when I went out there? What are you guys doing? Well, we're getting ready to call the cops. Now that's done to make you anticipate them fucking coming, in order to make you think about it, and that's done for auditorial brain entrainment. Now, whether they call the fucking cops or not, or whether they wait until I leave and then have somebody come on the property and put a trespass notice on it or not, it doesn't matter. The whole fucking thing was staged. In fact, when I left this property and went out and approached them at their truck on the 11th when this shit happened, and I said, look, I caught you assholes on tape saying gang stalk and oh my god, okay, before I opened up my tent and discovered that it was you. I said, I caught you on fucking tape saying gang stalking, oh my god. And while I'm making a live Periscope video as I approached them on the road. And so after I turned around, they said, suck my dick. And what is one of the main things that's all over the internet to be directly connected to the main harassment I endure on my route? Gang stalk, oh my god, and suck my dick. being said around me. Absolutely. So, I gotta let you go because I still got shit to do today in preparations of moving. So there's many reasons why. See, they know that you can't prove that this is being done intentionally, unless maybe I caught them on tape saying something, and maybe even possibly caught them on this video. If you hear "oh my God" being said in the background, if you hear gang stalk or gang stalk being said, either clearly or in a blurry type way, where you hear like the phonics of those words being said, or suck dick. You probably don't hear suck dick. If you hear those fucking words being said, I'm gonna tell you something right now. That's what gang stalking does. It presents something to you that they know they got you sensitized to. Then they stage an event. That way you'll know when they stage the event, you'll know it's because of this crime, and that's how they keep the crime alive in your mind and all the effects you endure each time they commit one. Absolutely. Because this crime, the only way that it can continue in the visual and auditory brain entrainment is to keep it alive by reintroducing things to you that are associated to the crime itself. And this crime can associate themselves to you through an action. Not just by a repeated word, phrase, or sound, or something for you to see, but also by and through a repeated act that's repeatedly perpetrated. Case in point, check this out. The day before the San Diego police came to me at my area in 2006, I was at another area. And I was sleeping, and somebody came up to my tent. He said he was a neighbor, and he said, if you don't get out of here, I'm going to call the police because I want to water my plants. Right? Well, the area I was at was not on his property. It was on nobody's property, okay? To this date, I don't think anybody still owns it, right? So what I did then was I packed up all my I had a migraine that morning too, okay? So what I did was I then packed up all my shit and I walked to a spot about a block and a half away. And I spent one night there, woke up the next morning, and then started moving to another spot. And before I could start utilizing that spot, that's when the San Diego police showed up. Okay? Oh, and by the way, did you hear that woman say, or the man say, that a concerned citizen called us? That ain't nothing but lying, sick bullshit. I know they do that shit through gang stalking. So when they prop up a statement like that, they know I'm going to identify that to be lying bullshit, because this crime knows what I know about it, at least by and through watching the exposures. I've made so many videos that show me openly state that these sick bitch animals will prop up people who will then claim that they heard you or saw your property, and then call the fucking cops. Absolutely. I got thousands of audio files showing me say all the different techniques these sick bitch animals fucking do. Hold on a second. Absolutely. So, in 2013, when I was being massively fucking harassed at a wooded area off of Gimlin Road, which is where I'm at right now, at a wooded area off of Gimlin Road, but at a different spot, I couldn't take it anymore. I was harassed for about a year and 9 months. I even exposed this on a national radio show about how I was being endured at that wooded area on the night I called the national radio show and then became a guest on it. I literally openly said on the 9/17/2013 Ground Zero show that they set up some homeless men to camp out 100 feet away from me who were constantly yelling gang stalk and weird and crazy and oh my God. Okay, and I also said they do the same thing along my routes, which they do. Right? Well, so then after I got fucking sick of all that shit, I went and tried to move. I think it was in November, December of 2013. And I packed up a bunch of shit. I packed up everything that I needed in order to be able to sleep between, nighttime and the morning. I had 2 duffel bags on my bike, on top of my regular duffel bag, on top of my backpack. Okay, wearing a bunch of shit. And so I took my shit and I walked up the fucking road. And I walked about 4 blocks up the fucking road. And then ducked into another wooded area. And then I walked down this long, big-ass hill. And then walked about 300 feet into the wooded area. And sat down my shit, lit up a cigarette, smoked it, and then some dumb bitch is on the property with this water thing, watering plants. Okay? Absolutely. No, it was a guy. It was a guy that did it. He was watering plants, and he then tried to claim he had a normal appearing reason to see me, and then he told me I had to get out of here, and I said, well, what are you doing on the property? He goes, I'm watering plants. Now, if you would have seen that fucking area, you would have known with every fiber of your fucking being that it was 100% total bullshit. That was the same exact identical thing that was said to me in 2006. I'm here watering plants. I'm way deep in a fucking wooded area, and somebody comes on there, and then he claimed to be the fucking property owner. Okay? Now the guy that just fucking pulled up, the guy that was just here with these service with this county worker, okay, they said that they were the property owner. Well, that's not the same guy. And then the next day, I figured by the time I got to that wooded area and then they staged that event, I was too tired to fucking lug everything back up the hill and go back to another spot. So I spent the night there. And then the next morning, they had a woman come on the property with this big, gigantic printout of the entire property, trying to make it appear that she was the one that owned the property and that this is the computer-generated graph of it. Right? Well, that woman that appeared on that day was not this fucking woman. Okay? And it's the same fucking property. That's the fucking loot lead. So go to Google, and when you go to Google, type in property owners and gang stalking. I just fucking concluded a video about this shit. And then they showed up. So let's see if SDPD comes. Let's see if California Highway Patrol comes. Let's see if San Diego Sheriff's Department comes. Okay? I'm already all over the internet exposing SDPD and the San Diego Sheriff's Department. Okay? In many videos and blogs and so on. So, in order to try and make it appear that it's not the police specifically target you, what do they then do then? They privately collude with who? A fucking public worker. Okay? Then the public worker has a normal appearing reason to contact the property owner. But why would the fucking public worker know I was here to begin with? Okay? Because this is not fucking state property. He even told me on the 11th when he came it's private property. So what the fuck would a county worker be involved with it anyways? See, the police need a buffer between the victim and them. So it's not outwardly apparent that they're tracking you because the police are all over the internet, exposed by tens of thousands of people to be directly connected to this crime. But so are county and city workers. Okay? And this just happened to happen within a few days of me sending a tweet to the San Diego Prosecutor's Office of the video of the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders being caught saying suck dick, gang sucking, oh my god. Well, that's what I was exposing happening to me at the Gilman Road wooded area back in 2012, 13, and 14, before the San Diego prosecutors were caught doing it in the courthouse 30 miles away from that wooded area. Okay? So how can I have hundreds of YouTube videos on the internet in 2012, 13, and 14 showing me state this repeating gang stalk, oh my god, and weird and crazy, gang stalk, oh my god, and suck dick around me constantly at the wooded area and along my fucking routes, and then the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders get caught doing it inside the courthouse over years later. Okay, I gotta let you go because I got shit to do. So it looks like I'm gonna have to escalate my moving from this property. Now, do you think that they got any way of knowing that I'm escalating my moving? And if they want to come after me before I fucking move? Okay? So let's see what goes down. And if any fucking thing goes down and I'm not able to fucking videotape it, I mean, through this fucking phone, if the phone's jammed or I can't connect the Periscope, that's fucking being predicted right now. Thank you for listening. Today's date is 12/22/2020. Let's see if any fucking thing happens to me on this fucking property, including the confiscation of this tent, a trespass notice put on it, any property that's hidden on this property, okay, removed, whether I get arrested or not before I move, okay? Because after I move, I'll be coming back to get it. Okay, this is fucking being predicted right now. And by the way, when that fucking incident occurred a few days ago, on the 11th, I made a massive long 3-hour video about it. Okay? And then I sent it to the newsroom, I sent it to the ACLU, I sent it to a law firm. And it shows me in that video fucking predicting, let's see if they fucking come back. So they had to have a normal appearing excuse to come back, so what they said was they called the fucking property owner. Okay? Try fucking going down and making a complaint about this. They know they got you by the balls because they know you're not supposed to be here. So they're not going to admit collusion. They're not going to admit that they're privately tracking you and then staging the shit. they're staging this shit so they can benefit from the effects of it, which is the motive of why they're staging it. I gotta go. Thank you for listening. Today's date is 12/22/2020. My name is Leslie Williams. I don't do drugs. I do not drink at all. I'm not mentally ill at all. So if they do come on any fucking date at any wooded area and they were trying to claim that I was doing anything like that, that's a total complete fucking lie. Because you need to research slander and gang stalking. Hold on. Now, if they come, whether I'm in my tent or not, whether I'm sleeping in it or not, or whether I'm in it before I can get out of it in the morning, that's fucking being predicted right now. Thank you for listening. I gotta go. Stay tuned to this account. And please say a prayer for my safety. I literally gotta go because I got shit to do. Have a good day, everybody.